This time then we can start our lesson. So today we will see how to model this kind of the plastic element using the Siemens NX. So this is the in general the composite by the two parts. Here the lower part, the base, and the upper part is the cover, is the plastic element, and we will design the two parts in separately, and in the assembly. This is the assembled in the assembly the environment of the NX. So two parts is assembled. So it is the simple assembly task. So later when we learn the assembly of the assembly then you can make the assembly. Today we will just make the learn how to make the model. So we can start from the upper part to design that we will sketch this kind of profile, that's extrude it, and the convert the to the plastic element so on, and the lower part also the same the shape. Then let's go on. So let's open the new file as usual. Here the go to the file, select the create the new file. So the model, and just press OK here. Just I will convert my the background to the white. So let's start with the sketch. So select here the sketch and select this plane. So we will select this plane to create our the sketch. Just press OK. So from the direct sketch menu here, let's select the rectangle command. So select the rectangle, and here we can use the rectangle from the center. So here select the rectangle, any rectangle for the beginning. So close the rectangle tab and select the rapid dimension. Let's define the dimension of this rectangle. So that's this one. Let's make it 120 millimeter. Type in here the press enter, and this side let's make it 80 millimeter of the length. Press enter and close this one, and here this is our the rectangle. We can convert this rectangle sides to the reference line. So in order to do this, I will select this side, just here select the convert to the reference. So it is the convert to the reference line. So I will do the same operation for all the sides. So step by step. So select this side, select the convert to the reference, and do the same for all the three sides like here. So we created our rectangle and converted to the reference. Now I want to just draw here the arc. From direct sketch menu, select the arc, and here I will select draw the 3 points arc. Close this one and select here the geometric constraint. I want to use the tangent. So we have seen this one. So select this arc and select this one. You want to see it will be the tangent to this position. So our arc will be the tangent. Close this one. And we can define the dimension that the radius of this arc here. Double click on it, and let's make it 250 millimeter. Press enter. And now we need to make add some symmetry for this arc. In order to do this, select here the more. Here select the make symmetry, and select this point of the arc. Sorry, just a moment. Just the the point here, and this point, and select the center point. Control Z. Let me check to do this one. This point. It should be the selected the point. You see it is the highlighted. It is the important, and select this one. Now it's okay. So we will continue, and we can draw the same arc on the lower side of the system, the sketch, but we can use here the more the efficient way. Select here the function is the mirror course. So we will the mirror this arc is selected, and go to the center line. As a center line, I select here x-axis, so it will be mirrored on the other side. But we need to check here the tangency. So let's check here the tangent. So go to the geometric constraint, and here the select the tangent and make here the sure that this one is tangent to this one. So now it's okay. So we will draw the same the same arc now in the vertical direction. So I will select the arc here. Arc by 3 points. The second point, just drag your mouse to specify the third point to the any point. So I will make here the tangent again. So here the select the tangent, this arc with this one. So it will become tangent. We can close down the geometric constraint. Now we can specify the dimension for this one. So double click on it. Let's make it 175 of the radius. Let's press enter and close this one. Again, you can use the mirror or you can draw the arc here. Let's make it a mirror. So select here the mirror curve. So select this one and go to the center line and select here this one. So I mirrored the arc here. Now I will check again the geometric constraint. So select here the geometric constraint. It should be the tangent. So this arc, the tangent with this line. So now it's okay. You can close this one. So I will continue now. So here you see we have some unnecessary sketches in the outer side. I want to just delete them. And we have in the direct sketch group, we have this function. It's the quick trim in order to trim the unnecessary, that's delete unnecessary the entities and sketch. So you can just type in the T from the keyboard to activate this quick trim like here. And just that here you see if you bring the mouse, it will be trimmed this portion which is the highlighted in the red. So here and step by step you can trim that is the portions, just keeping such kind of corner here. So we can go to the other side. So it is the trimmed because it was the automatically trimmed. So now we will go here this portion, but here it's open. Now we will cut this one, can trim this one. So press close here. In order to make the closed system, let's go here the quick extend. Just extend this line and this line that it will be, you see, the connected and the corners. Now I will go again to the quick trim, just to trim this portion and again this portion. So just close the quick trim. We obtained the sketch. So you need to be sure that all the corners should be the closed. So because when you create the solid element, so it should be the closed. So now I will make here the corners. You see there is the sharp corner. So I want to make some the fillets on the corners. So here in the direct sketch group, we have here the function that fillet. If you open that, you can see here the many this function. So we will use here this one, the fillet, or you can see that if you press the F button from the keyboard, you can activate also the fillet function. So let's select here the fillet and make the fillet of the corner. Select this side and this side, drag the mouse, and here you see the radius is 27, but I want to make it 25, and just press enter. It will be here, and we will do the same on this corner also. So let's make it 25, then press enter, and let's make it on the lower face here in the lower side 25. Just press enter, so it will become here the fillet. The same thing here, that make it 25 and press enter. So now we can exit from the fillet. Just close here, or you can press the escape from the keyboard like here. We created this sketch. We can finished the sketch. So we created this one, and if you go here this more, so we created this kind of shape. You see that this is the upper part of the model. Now I want to extrude it. So just using the extrude function here. So here the extrude, convert this two-dimensional sketch into the three-dimensional. So Here, when you using the extrude, so the filter is important. So you can use the region boundary, you can use the infer curve now. In this case, you can use the tangent curve, you can use the connected curve, but if you use the single curve, it will increase that's only the by single. So you see, it takes some time, yeah, in the single curve. For example, if you use, for example, the connected curve, so it will, if you select the single curve, it will directly that extrude the all one. So this is the how to use the filter. So some of them we already have seen, so it is the important. We will extrude it is at the distance of the 30 millimeter here. So let's type in the value of the, I think that let's make it uh, let's make it a 20 millimeter at a distance. So in this case, and the boolean that must be the inferred is okay. You can make it a known, does not matter now in this case. So it is not important. Just press OK. So here you can go here. The hours is now here. You see you have the fillet on this part. Let's create the fillet. So we have the here in the future group we have the edge blend. So select the edge blend. So you see, you need to here the specify the edge where you want to create the fillet, and you need to specify the radius. So let's type the radius first to the 15, and select here the edge where you want to create the fillet. You can create the fillet on this edge, and just go show the result to see our the system. So we just created this portion, and we can here the close our the system. So we created this shape, and now we will continue to creating other features of our the system. Firstly, we can create this portion. This is the handle that is in order to connect this opening system. On the here, let's create this one. So we can firstly sketch our the two-dimensional sketch. So select the sketch. Let's select here the reference plane, this plane. So the mid plane, it's selected. Now let's okay, press OK. Now we will sketch our the system here using the profile. Let's draw the this kind of system here. Just like here, can go and just connect and close our the system. So press escape to exit here. So we draw our the system. We can define some dimensions here. So let's make it here the 6 millimeter this dimension, and let's make it this one is the 10 millimeter, and we can make here this one also the 5 millimeter, and let's define the distance between the center to this position is a 35 millimeter. So we can define that this angle is a 120 millimeter. So we can define that this angle, that this distance is 9 millimeters. So we defined all the dimensions. What is important? You see, we draw the sketch on the mid plane. So we can directly here from the menu select the extrude to extrude the systems. So this is the starting to extrude. And here from the dialog box, let's select here the symmetric. So it will increase the symmetrical way. So it means that if it's 20 millimeter here, it means that it will extrude 20 millimeter here, the 20 millimeter here. So in total, the 40 millimeter. So it is okay for our case. You can define the any value here. And here in the boolean, let's make it unite. So I want to make the unite of these two elements. Then just press OK here. So I created the model here. So sorry, just go to the sketch. Let's make it this distance is the same. So go to the geometric constraint, and we can make here the horizontal line. This line, let's make it the alignment with the sorry. Here the dimension is already. Let's make this dimension is the 0, so it should be the aligned. So here let's make the control Z, and let's make it change it this dimension is the 0. So now it's okay, it will be the aligned. if we go to the finished, it will be exactly the same plane here. So we created this model now. Now we will convert it to the plastic element here, select the shell. So select this face. So it will be converted into such kind of system. So that's okay. So more or less we create our the model here, the upper part. So here, if you go here, so we created this one. Now we can make here the letters. So firstly we will draw this uh, ellipse here. So let's go on. I can hear the just moment. So we can select the sketch, select this face. So you see it is the highlighted. So the arrow should be the upward direction. So press OK. So here we can draw. Let me go here in the top view, like here. So I will draw here the ellipse first. Here select the ellipse and select the center point. So the ellipse creating, and you can define the ellipse dimension. Is the major diameter is 30. In this case, you see it is highlighted in the blue, and this is 18. You can define the any value by the dragging or the typing the value. So let's keep like here. It's okay, and you can define the ellipse angle here. In this case, it's a 0. So it's okay for our case. For example, if you make here the 45 degree, it will be ellipsis will be rotated. You can make here is a 90 degree here like this. So you can define the any angle or the ellipse. You see, it is the starting to increase. This will be as a 0 degree, and it will be the 90 degree from the in the counterclockwise direction. So what is the important? So let's make it 0. So what we want here, and just yeah, press OK, and just finish the sketch. So we create our the ellipse on the this surface. Now we can make some the extrude here. So I want to just extrude my the ellipse. So select your the ellipse, and let's make it 3 millimeter here at the distance. So now we can make here the unite with the this body. Just press OK. So we create our ellipse. Even if you can double click to the extrude, and you can make here the change the value if you want. So let's make it 2. So you can add some fillet to the edge of the ellipse. So select here the edge blend and select this edge, and here type in value. Let's make it 1 millimeter is enough. So 2. So press OK. So we created. Now I want to make some the letter on the surface on the top of the element here. So here let's write any type in any text. So firstly I will create here the one line as a reference line. Select this face, sketch, press OK. So select the line here, and you can draw any line here, and you can go to the geometric constraint, and here go to the horizontal alignment. That means horizontal alignment with this axis. So this axis, so it is exactly aligned, and just finish the sketch. In order to type the here, you need to select from the menu is the curve. Here curve menu is the top is selected, and here you see the text. Select the text. Here you see the text dialog box open it, and there is several options we will use here on face. So we will create on the face, and here is the first input. You need to select the face. So I will select this face, and I will go to the second input. So select the curve. So I will select this curve. So it will start to create here the you see the letter. This letter, what is the written is the here is the what's cover. You can type the letter here as you want. So then you can as usual define here the font size of the letter and so on. Here you can define the dimensions and so on. I will keep like here and press OK. So I created my the letter, and if you want to give the volume, I mean the volume for this letter, you can select here the home tab and select the extrude again, and here select the region boundary option, and step by step you see you can give the volume your the letter. Sorry, here the mistake. I will need to change here this letter type. So let's cancel this one. Here you see that this one is a little bit crossed. So we need to double click our the text. Let's make here the change to the font size. For example, let's make it here the simple. You can use the this one Arial. So it should be the not crossing section. So in order to extrude now is okay. Let's select the extrude again. Here the select the selection filter as a region boundary. Now select this letter again step by step, and this one and this one. You can here specify the distance. So let's make it 1 millimeter for this case, and it will be better to use the unite as a boolean, so they will become the single element. Press OK. So we created our the letter here. So now we can go on this side to create some the features. So let's select the sketch again and select this face and press OK. And I will draw here the firstly let's create the rectangle. So rectangle by 2 points, select 2 points rectangle and select the then rectangle. And I want to make here the geometry constraint and select here the vertical alignment. So vertical alignment, this line with this edge, so it will be vertical alignment, and make here the same on this side. So this one, so it will be vertical aligned. We can give the dimension here. So let's make it here the dimension. Let's make it 5, and we can create here the arc here. So it should be the tangent between these lines, and using the here the quick trim, I will delete this one, close this one. You can directly draw here the circle with the diameter of the 3 millimeter. So you can see here the result. So we created this shape, and we can here the extrude it directly without exceeding the system. So here you see the system started to extrude it, and you need to change here the dimension. I mean the direction. Sorry, here let's see. But here you need to make the same depth of this one. So let's make it was the 1 millimeter here. So you can here type in 1 millimeter. So here it will be same, or you can make here select until the extended, and here select this face, so it will be extended until so it will be the same, and here the boolean must be the unite. So press OK. So we create this system. So so here let's make it known. So then we will make here the unite later. So now it's okay. So we created this portion, and we can make the mirror of this feature on this side. So select here the more, select the mirror feature as a feature, select this feature. So and select the center plane here, go to the select the center plane. So we will use the existing plane and select here, do you see the existing that the reference plane, so in the middle, and just press OK. So it will be mirrored on that side. So we finished the first model, the upper casing, so upper model. So we can hide this sketch, or you can go to the hide and show. So here go the select the sketch as a hide, and you can select the curve to the height, and that's okay. So this is our first model, and you can just go to the view edit. You can just select the model, press OK, select the color. You can specify any color. For example, this color, let's make it this one. That don't matter, so just make the color, and you can define the material as usual that we have done. So go to the menu, the insert here, the select here, I mean the, not the insert, but I mean the tools and the material. Select assign the material, select your the model, and here you can specify that the material, this one, and just OK, or you can press apply, so it will be the become the plastic material. So this is our the cover, and we can make here the this base. Now we can start to model, so almost as the same shape. So let's open the new file here. So the model, that's OK. So we will start to create the second model. I will convert by the background to the white as usual. So home tab, select the sketch. So we will start to draw again the same steps. So we will start with the rectangle. So rectangle. So let's select the rectangle type from the center. So select the rectangle here from the center. Now let's define the dimension of this rectangle. So here, so the same dimension, the rapid dimension, that it was the 120 millimeter, this one, and this side was the 80 millimeter. So here you see the symmetry is not, there is no symmetry, so let's make it symmetric. So make it symmetric. So when you are designing all the models, so it must be the symmetric, so it will be the easier. So here the second object, this one, and center line, and the same here this one, and there is already symmetry. So now let's convert the sides to the reference one. So select this one, select here the convert to the reference, and step by step convert all the sides of the rectangle to the reference. So this one and this one. So we will convert the line, the rectangles to the reference one. Now I will do the same what I have done in the previous model. Select the arc. I will create the arc, and let's define let's make here the display out the dimension. So let's make here this dimension is the 250 is a radius, and select here the geometry constraint, select here the tangent option, and make that this one and this one is the tangent. Close this one, select here the make symmetric. So select the point here, this point, end point, this end point, and select as this one as a center axis to be the symmetric. So we made here that this one is symmetric. As usual, that we will make here the mirror. Select here the mirror curve. Select the curve to be mirrored. So it is selected, and from here you see it's selected, and select as a center line. Go to the center line and select here the center line. This one, so it is the mirrored. Just press OK. So we can go again to the geometry constraint, tangent option, and make the tangent this arc with this reference line. So it will become the tangent here. That's okay. We will create again here the two arcs. So on the vertical direction, select arc. Here the arc by 3 points selected by default. So I will draw any arc for the beginning. And let's define it is firstly the tangency. So tangent between this one and this one. Let's define it is the dimension is the 175. Press enter. So we can drag this one on this position. So it is a little bit moved. So you can drag by the mouse. So we can now let's make here the symmetric, so it should be symmetric. The important is that you need to select here the point, not the axis like here. So point, so this one, and select the center axis. So now it's okay. We will make here the mirror again. So go to the mirror course. So select your course here. So see it's selected the mirror to the course and center line. Select center line option and select here there's a center line. This one. Uh, sorry, it was not symmetric. So we need to firstly make symmetric our the rectangle. This one and this one symmetric to this one. Now it's okay. Now let's make it mirror our the arc here. This one about this axis. Now it's okay. So almost we created our scale. Now we can let me just from the top view. We need to delete these portions. What we have done here, they're using the quick trim. Select the quick trim, or you can just press the T from your the keyboard. So now you can step by step just select all your the unnecessary parts. So they are the deleted. We can now delete this portion, this portion. So they are the already automatically deleted since there was the symmetric one. So we can just close the quick trim option. So we can go to the from the top view. Now we need to add here the fillet. So using the fillet here, you can just type in F from your the keyboard. So select this side and this side. So type in here in the inside of the radius 25, press enter. So this side and this side 25. So there is you see that this side is disappearing, and don't worry about them because since this element are the symmetric, so it is disappearing. But you can just select this side and this side. You see it's highlighted in the red. Just 25. Type in the radius. Press enter. The same you see here that this side and this side. You can add the fillet even if there is no any sketch between them. So we created this shape. We can finish our the sketch. So the same way we can see here. Firstly, we created our the model here, and firstly we can now create this upper portion. Then you can create the lower portion. So firstly, let's do the with the upper one. So extrude it and make it here the this one and make here the distance. Let's make it 4 mm and press OK here. So we created this shape, this upper portion. Now we can go to the lower portion with the same shape, but little bit in the with the offset. In this case, we can use the offset function. So you can use firstly the create the sketch, select this face, just press OK. Top view, you can go here. Let me just finish the sketch and double click. So now we can use here the offset curve. So when you create the offset, so it is important that is the connected is important because you see if you select the one, it will be automatically that select all the edge of your the entity as offset. If you go here the select using the single, you need to step by step select the single by the curve. So in sometimes it is useful to use the offset in the single, and sometimes it is useful using the offset with the connected or the tangent one. It depends on your the condition. So let's make it offset is the let's 2 mm offset. Here you can specify the dimension of the offset as a 2 mm. Just okay. You see, we created offset curve at a distance of the 2 mm. We can directly extrude it. You see, it is the downward direction. You can drag and specify here the dimension. Instead, let's make it 20 mm. Press enter. And here, let's make it unite. So we'll make here the unite. So it will be the united with this one. So press OK. So we created this shape. We created this shape here. What is this one, the upper and lower parts. Now we will start to create the other parts here. For example, you can start from this part. So you can select here this one. So Let's select here the sketch and draw, select this face, that's okay. And draw the rectangle here, select the rectangle. You can draw the rectangle by the 2 points, so this point and this point. So any rectangle for the beginning. Select here the make symmetric. Select this side and this side. Select this axis, so it will be the symmetric. Now we can define the dimension of this one. So double click on it, and it was the uh, 40. Since if you remember, it should be the same length when you are creating your the model, because here you see it is the assembly. So we created this one as a 40 millimeters, that's the total length. So this will be also the 40 millimeters. So it is the important, and the distance here, the from here, let me here the double click on it. So rapid dimension, so select distance from here to here, it was the 35 millimeter. And let's make it this one is the 30 millimeter, 10 millimeters or so. We created this sketch, so we can extrude it. And here reverse the direction. You can here the double click on this one to reverse the direction, or you can here the specify that this one is reverse direction on the downward and upward direction. So there is two options. You can make here as a and will until the extended, and select this face, so it will be extended until the this position, and the boolean is unite. That's okay. So we created this portion, and here you can see here that we have some the gaps here. So open again the model, this one firstly. So select here the sketch, this face. That's okay. You can draw here the rectangle. So rectangle, and can draw the rectangle by the 2 points. Any rectangle for the beginning, then you can using the geometric constraint. You can make the vertical alignment. This side of the rectangle alignment with this edge. You see, it is that will be the alignment with the same length. So now we can define the dimension of this rectangle. Sorry, just a moment. So this dimension, let's make it the 5 millimeter. So double click on it, let's make it 5 millimeter. Press enter. So here you see, can see our rectangle is created. We can just extrude it. So reverse direction and make here the 1.5. So here the 1.5, just press enter. And from the boolean, select here the subtract. So it will be subtract from this portion. That's okay. So we created our this portion here. We can hide our this sketch. We can make the mirror of this feature on this side. So mirror feature, as a select the feature, we can select this feature. You need to select this feature as a plane. Select this plane. This is our the reference plane. Press OK. So it will be mirror. So that's why it is important when you are creating your the model in a symmetric way. So since that it will be helpful when you are making such kind of symmetric element. So this reference system will be helpful to make your system in the make the mirroring your the future. So if you don't make your the system in the symmetric way, you are not able to make this one is the mirror. So it will be the mistake. So we created this one, and let's go on here. We have this system is this was created with the 3 millimeter of the diameter. So we need to create the hole here, the 3 millimeter. So sketch here, select this face, press OK. So let me zoom in here and create here the circle. It's a diameter of the 3 millimeter. First, you can directly type 3 and press enter. So hole is created. Just press escape. Now I want to locate this hole exactly in the middle. So using the geometric constraint, here select the midpoint, select the center point of the circle, and select this one, so it will exactly in the middle of this side. And the same thing, that select this one and select this side, the vertical side, so it will be exactly located on the middle. So now we can go to the extrude. Let's see from the isometric view to see. So we can drag this one to this direction. That is the crossing to all the lengths, and the boolean should be the subtract. Press OK. So we just created this portion here. So now we'll continue to draw here you see that's me the model here. You see this portion and this portion, lower and upper portion. First, let's create this upper portion. Let's create the sketch and draw select this face. Press OK. Let me show from the top view. Now I will again use here the offset curve. So not the single, let's make it connected, or you can use a tangent. So if you selected this side, it will exactly select all sides. So you can double click to the arrow to change the direction. Let's make it 2 mm of the offset. Just press OK. So we created offset curve, the same shape on this surface. You can select extrude, so it will extrude this offsetted curve. So we can here select the isometric, double click this arrow to change direction, but we need to specify here the distance. Let's make it 18 mm of the distance of the depth, and boolean is a subtract, and press OK. So we obtained this portion, and let's add here the edge blend and select the as edge, this edge, and make it the radius of the 20 mm here. Just press OK. So we created this option here. Now we need to create this part. So we use here the shell and select this face. So as a thickness, let's make it 1 mm. Press OK. So we created this kind of shape now here. So can go here to see the system result. One of here we remain at these elements here, the open elements, so we can now start to do this one. So yeah, let's go on. So let's create the sketch. Select this face. So select the OK. So we can select here the rectangle, and you can firstly draw the rectangle, any rectangle for the beginning. Just press close to this one, and you can make here the symmetric. Select make symmetric. So this one and this one, make here this one is symmetric, and refresh it firstly, then make the symmetric this side and this side along this one. So it was symmetric now. Now we can define the dimensions of this rectangle. Let's make it 25, and let's make it this side is that 3 mm. So now using the arc here, the 3 points arc, let's create the arc here. So it should be the tangent, but let's firstly draw the any arc here. Now using the geometry constraint, let's make it tangent. Select here the tangent. I want to make that this one and this one is tangent, and this one and this one is tangent. So the same, let me show from the top view, bring here and make here this one and this one tangent, and this one is tangent. So close the geometric constraint, select the quick trim, and delete this option. This part is already deleted. So we can go here. We just created this part here. If you go here, you see that we have this kind of part is the 2 times. So we can make here the just double click insert. We can make here the pattern curve. This pattern curve. We need to make the linear pattern. Let's make the linear pattern. and here select as a pattern course of this one, and from here you can select the connector. So if you select one, it will be select all. Select here the center, that's select the linear object. So here select x-axis, so it is the creating, but we need to here the two. So and you can here the define the dimension. So let's make it 10. So you can make it what you want. So let's make 10 and just press apply. And the same way, select this one, and here the select this axis, but in this case just reverse direction here on this side with the same value, so 10 and 2 millimeter, and just press OK here. So we created this sketch, and we can create the same here, that these two, but length is a little bit smaller. So firstly, just select the double click on it and enter to the sketch, and let's create a rectangle again, the smaller rectangle, and with the same here this one the distance is 3 millimeter, and let's make it this one is the 20 millimeters smaller than one. But what is the important, you need to make it symmetric of the uh, this side, and this side with respect to this axis, so it will be this symmetric. Even if you can decrease this length little bit, maybe let's make it 18, and here go to the arc again and draw the arc here, this one and this one, let's make it, and go to the geometric constraint, make it tangent, this one and this one and this one and this one and this one, let's make it all is tangent here, and go to the select the trim and trim this one. So and define the dimension between this center to this center was the 10 millimeter, because we made here when we are creating this one we made the 10 millimeter. So let's make it the exact same. Now we can mirror of this sketch onto this edge. So go to the here the mirror the curve, select here the in the filter. It is the better to use the connected, so it will all select automatically. Select the center line, and as a center line selected this y-axis, so it is the mirrored. Press OK. So here we created our the sketch here. We can without finishing now the sketch, we can directly the extrude it, so it will automatically select your all the sketch that is the inside of this one. We can change your dimension, direction, and here the what is important is subtract in the boolean. Press OK. So we created this our the here the model, and here we can hide this one our the sketch, and select here the sketch, hide and show and hide the sketch, all the sketch. So this is our the base of our the plastic element, and let's select here the view, and select here the edit object display, and select your the workpiece. Press OK. Select here this one, and our color was I think this one, that previous one. Let's check here. So we did this one, and with this uh, our the cover, and this is our the base. What is important here in the assembling, then we did some mistake here with the cover. You see there is some what is the called as uh, this element, so we can change here because here we had the hole, but we need to make here the not hole. Let's change this one. This was this our element, so double click on it, not this one, double click on the sketch. We need to delete this circle. So we need to delete this circle. Let's just quick trim with the quick trim. So delete this one and finish this one. So it will be like this, but we need to create here the this feature. Select the sketch. uh, select the sketch, select this face, press OK. So let's draw the circle with the diameter of the 3 mm. So we can extrude it. So we can see our this result here. The not subtract, but let's make unite and make it here. Let's make it check here. The 3 is okay. Millimeter is okay. So we can now mirror this feature on this side. So mirror this feature, center line is the center plane, this plane is okay. So we mirror it. Now we need to make the unite all the elements here. This one, I think that will work. So no, I think that because there are not intersection, so we can differently insert the color for these elements here. So edit object display, this face, this one, and this one. Okay, select the color. So select this color. That's okay. So we created here. So it will be the assembly when we learn the assembly lesson. So this element onto the this holes. So it will be the complete element here. So